afternoon, Stitch Roadies. Well, I'm here just for something short and sweet. I have been getting ready for my Fabric Stalker Retreat, which is a group of gals that I stitched with for years from the very beginning of my quilting journey. We all work together in the hospital, and so we're a mixture of different nurses and doctors, and we kind of grew up in our parenting together, if you know what I mean. It's like we all our kids were little, and so we went through all those angst times of being working mothers and trying to raise kids, and all the challenges that come with that and the joys. It is such a blessing to me to have these long-term relationships, because what I'm finding now, oh yeah, this is a channel about cross stitch. If you're a first-time person here, know that I do get to the cross stitch eventually. But I don't know, I had a moment this week where someone that I know, not personally, like we've never been physically stitching together, but it's in our greater world how we're connected, is probably doesn't have a whole lot longer in this world. And it just kind of slapped me. It just kind of slapped me like, wow, oh, my heart just ached. And so I guess what I'm saying is that don't waste your time with all the negatives in the world. Time is so fleeting, and I enjoy my time with you here and in person when I'm able to stitch. And now I'm going to get to spend a few days with my history, because you know what happens when girlfriends, long-term girlfriends, get together. They talk about history, don't they? So okay, so that's what my last couple days has been getting ready. I am taking a lot of cross stitch with me. For the first time ever, I am not going to be taking a sewing machine. It's all going to be hand stitching. So whether it's embroidery, wool stitching, or cross stitch, that's what I'm going to just be in the moment and relax and enjoy. Today is a mixed bag, as it has been for weeks. I know many of you are going, oh, we're so over winter. We've had today sunshine, clouds, rain or sprinkle, and then sunshine again. Yeah. But we had to have our sprinkler system we have a sprinkler system for our yard, and it had to be repaired from the winter. And so I can tell that things are really going to start growing now, and I'm looking forward to just seeing all of that kind of pop, all that flowers popping. So yes, it is about cross stitch, and I'm going to get to that. I'm looking around me. I haven't had a whole lot of time to visit with my floss tube friends. They, it just that sometimes life gets in the way. And I know that because I do also Quilt Roadies, which is a YouTube channel about quilting and that stitching world, I know that as summer approaches, viewership goes down because we all want to be outside. We are desperate for fresh air, and so that goes down, and then it comes back up in the winter when we start cozying up to the fire again. But it's nice to see everything blooming, the colors here. Portland is a land of bridges and trees. Everything is it's absolutely stunning here. And you cannot get out. You cannot go a week without going to a garden center. Let me just say. I mean, going to Acorns and Threads, I cannot get out of there without something, but I also cannot get out of a garden center. My raspberries have just exploded. I have to kind of control them. They're like a giant weed monster, but it's raspberries. And I grow the bushes in this one area, and the only reason I grow them is because I love it when my grandchildren come over and they take their bowl out there and they pick and eat right off the bush. It just warms my heart that way. So I've been keeping up on my book a days. I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying it. So I've been, stickering away, and I got one gold star, which was a finish. That was the April Mini. And one red star, which was a start, and that was Whip It Good. Yeah, Whip It Good by Beth Twist. I'm doing it with beautiful, beautiful silk. My designated stitch, which is the one I stitch on every night, and that designated stitch always comes out of my whip pile. And I've already, because I'm getting kind of close to a finish with this one. I think by maybe the end of April it'll be done. So I'm already dreaming about my next whip that's going to be the designated stitch. And I realized that, April is coming to an end. May, for us, that really ramps us up to camping season. We already have a couple of camping trips planned. And so I think the Adventure Sampler by Sambry Stitches is going to be my next designated stitch, because I wanted to have that be hanging in the van when we're camping, because it speaks all things outdoors. So that will be most likely my next designated stitch. But here I am on Away We Ride, and this is a blackbird design. So you can see right now I am on the border, and I'm just bringing it around. I'm working on the bottom border, and I'm bringing it up to connect to the top. But the whole inside is complete. Yeah. This, I was so glad I picked this as my designated stitch, because I love everything about it, and am looking forward to, of course I'm very, very tempted, because Sandy, who is a cross-stitcher in British Columbia, did this one and also two others that are all kind of complementary, and it makes you just kind of want to do them all. We want to do them all. I was grocery shopping with G, and the grocery store that we go, the closest one to us, is one of those grocery stores that has all kinds of fun things. I mean, I buy puzzles in there. It's called New Seasons, and it has a lot of vegan food items and just fun food items in there, besides your regular stuff that you need. And in their gift section, they had this little book, and how could I pass that up? And I've got my bee bookmark. Isn't that so cute? And so I thought I would read, and all it is a book full of quotes that the buzzy wit and wisdom. And so for today, it says, where a summer where there are no bees becomes as sad and as empty as one without flowers and birds. Yeah, No, I mean, we have binoculars at our kitchen table. If we're not sitting outside and we're sitting inside, we're looking through the binoculars at the feeders and the squirrels and the crows and the birds that are all jockeying for position on our feeders. Yeah, this is a sweet little book. Bees are one of our closest allies. Apart from the glorious honey they produce, they pollinate our crops and keep the cycle of life turning. Yet their very survival is under threat. Beyond the vital role that bees play for our planet, there is something endlessly intriguing about them. The buzz of a garden bee conjures up a carefree summer's day and a tug at childhood memories. And the beehive uncannily reflects our own world, where each individual plays their part. Hunter-gatherer, factory worker, nurse, celebrity, or even the lazy shirker. I know that behind me, the gentleman that is on the road behind me, he's a beekeeper. And I love, and every so often when you drive around the area, you can see where there are different homes where beekeepers live. I love that. I love that. So what else am I going to take to retreat? I am definitely taking, here's my Punky Pearl binder. I'm definitely taking my Christmas ornament that's actually won't even be an ornament, it'll be made into a quilt. But it's the Lila Studio Spirit of Christmas Set 1, and I'm working on the ice skate right there. And here is where I am at with that. Yeah, so now I've done the ice skate and I'm working on the foliage. And see, those are the other two. And I plan on making them into a wall hanging. I know there was supposed to be a Christmas ornament, but I kind of like the idea of the wall hanging. So I'm taking that with me. And then I decided, here's another Punky Pearl binder. I just love these. Here's Punky's Place. I think it's called punkysplace.com now. I stitch with Margaret at Acorns and Threads, and she's the facilitator of some of the stitch groups there, and in fact is also the facilitator of the Zoom that I'm going to be participating in this evening. And one of the groups that she does is Biscornu Babes and Boys. Yeah, and you don't have to stitch a Biscornu, and I usually don't, but I've decided that I need to, I want to, not need to, I want to, with a capital W. I want to finish this by the Nebby Needle, the Quirky Tomato Biscornu. So I am going to be taking this with me and finish the top, because that's where it stayed for a while. That's going to go with me. And see, these Punky Pearl binders, they're not meant for giant projects, because you'd have to fold the chart, but they're meant for like the 5x7 charts, and you can, you know, there's different pages and you can fit different projects all in one, and I just really like them. I decided to take my Fox and Rabbit from a gathering of acorns, the event that was at Acorns and Threads. And worked on that a bit, and it's in this, I love this bag. I just love this bag. It's so, it makes me smile. And the last time I stitched on this, I had finished the caps of the acorns. So that's where I'm at. So I think at Retreat I'm going to stitch the body of those acorns. And lastly, I am going to be taking, I am really, well, let me just say, I'm the person you want as a friend, because I'm going to make you feel so good about all you accomplish, because I am not a fast stitcher. And so when I went to Mountain Stitchers, which is a monthly group that was started by Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery, and we meet in Sandy, Oregon, which is her hometown, one of my fellow stitchers brought this, and it was like so much of it was done. And I mean, I have to say, the blue flower, she's in my top 10. You know, everybody has their, I mean, there isn't, I don't think there's a designer I don't like, but you always got your top 10. And Janine is in my top 10, for sure. And so here, I last left it. I've got the branch done and the bird. So what I'm hoping to accomplish is the rest of the leaves on that branch. That would be quite an accomplishment, because what I really want to do is I want to get down to that butterfly. Oh, I just really want to get down to that butterfly. Yeah. And so that will be traveling with me. And that's it for projects that I am taking to Retreat. I did have a little bit of haul, just a little bit. I saw a chart, and let me see, where is, oh, I don't know where my phone is. Oh my gosh. Looking all around. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, it was right there. It was right there. Yeah. I, on Instagram, that's where I get enabled a lot. And I saw a chart that was absolutely, it grabbed me on so many different levels. And so I sent it to Janine at Acorns and Threads and asked her if she had that chart. And she told me she hadn't ordered from that person. And so I went ahead and bought it off of Etsy. But I loved the way the Camping Stitcher stitched this one, the thread she used. And it was nice enough. I'm not near as good about this, and that is putting all the details of what you're stitching in your posts, you know. But she is the Camping Stitcher, and she used sulky variegated floss. It was called Sulky 4007, and she stitched it on 36 count flooded gum by Fox and Rabbit. It totally cracks me up, Karen and Bren, how they name their fabrics. But here is what the Camping Stitcher stitched and posted. Absolutely beautiful. So I had to get that chart. And then I texted Janine and said, do you carry that sulky, variegated? Because, yeah. And she did. So I have that waiting for me at the shop when I get there. And so I bought that chart. You see how she used a very soft stitch. And I'm all about this. I'm all about this. But when I went to Emily Call Stitching, her site, I couldn't pass this one up either. So I bought this one. I am brave. Yeah, because sometimes I have to tell myself that. Sometimes I'm just a little chicken, you know. So those were my two investments. Curated items, collections, inheritable charts. Let's see, what else could we call them? We can call them my precious, my precious. Okay, so that's all the haul I had for this week until I pick up that thread at Acorns and Threads. So there we go. Wish me luck. Hope I get to get everything accomplished that I wish for. I hope all is well in your world. And know that as a community, we're here for each other. Yeah, I'm here for you. Love you guys. You take care.